What's happening, everybody? This is G.R.A.M Show. You joined by myself, Jermaine Hardsoul.
And Willie Lewis.
And once again, this is G.R.A.M Show. G.R.A.M, the grown ass man show.
Indeed.
Yeah, we in here. About to bring y'all just some everyday talk. You know, some topical things, some situational things, you know, just some life things as we feel that we're getting to that age bracket where we kind of coming into our wisdom. And
right.
We got a seasoned opinion on a lot of things. My man Willie got a seasoned opinion on everything.
Yeah, opinionated. I've been called that. I've been called that before. Yeah. Opinionated.
So let's just let the people know who we are.
No doubt.
First of all, I'm Jermaine Hardsoul, music producer, songwriter, just creative in general. Have some records out, and now even I give back to the youth, man. I teach production.
Okay.
Yeah, so a little bit of everything. Family man. Probably should have said that first. The wife, kids, the fence, the dog, the whole package. And, you know, that's kind of like my general background, and definitely a child of hip hop. We said we both are, and just, you know, it's coming up in that generation. You know, I think it's kind of an interesting time in life to get to where you're a fully grown adult. You got responsibilities.
We made it. But
it's still like those little hip hop ideologies and sensibilities that affect a lot. You know, how you see things. You know, how you dress. I see my man take the vintage with the Wiley. So,
a little bit.
So you know, we'll learn more about each other as we continue to join each other on the show. But
absolutely. And again, I'm Willie Lewis. Same child of hip hop. I call myself the class of 1994. It started way before that, but class 1994 is kind of what I kind of hit my stride as far as hip hop, fashion, just kind of growing. So
hip hop and fashion, where, man? Where you from, man?
Yeah, I'm originally from Cincinnati. Originally from Cincinnati, representing the O. You know, nasty natty, like they like to call it. But been around, lived in DC for a few years, bounced around. So I'm here in Atlanta, been here for like the last 13 years. So like my man said, child of hip hop, love fashion, love music. At the same time, we've kind of grown up in this. So now we're grown men with a point of view, with a perspective. And so we just thought we'd like come together and kind of share that with y'all. So, you know, we're definitely looking forward to bring you good content. Hopefully you all enjoy it.
I see you, man. I see this is a lot of drip happening over here, man. So, you know, Speaking of that, let's talk about, you know, y'all see me in the pants a little snug. Got the, you know, taking some fashion risk with the stars, the star print. I see Daryl. I'm surprised you ain't got nothing to say about it. First of all, we got to shout out our man.
Oh, no doubt.
Mr. Daryl Ashurst on IG, just Daryl.
Behind
DJ,
the scenes.
Extraordinaire funkster. He keeping us on point with the technicalities.
I'm a child of the funk, you know. Y'all a child of hip hop. I'm a child of the funk.
If you're in Atlanta, which is where we are, by the way, I'm from Atlanta, Compton, USA. Yes. My man Daryl. But every Sunday right here in Atlanta, y'all got to check him out at a Mazda. Getting down on the ones and twos.
Oh, no doubt. Good food, good music.
That good grown folk music.
Yeah.
You know, that good barbecue stuff.
Oh, yes.
Real DJing we're talking about. When I just press a button, but we spinning.
Right, so I'm going to get back to the fit because, you know, I don't know if people can tell everything that's going on right now, but first off, the socks, you know, getting this highlighter flav and the prints and the butter leathers and the chains. Now, I'd say that a lot of our peers, once they cross a certain age, they kind of give up on or they don't longer subscribe to the idea of it being necessary to be fresh and be fly.
Right.
You know, I can say for myself and you as well, we committed to that, man. We always going to be fresh.
Yeah, you have to. But let me just first say, I am overcompensating because I wanted a haircut today. So I couldn't get a haircut. So since I couldn't get a haircut, I said, well, let me just put on something just kind of flavorful to kind of compensate. But you're right. I think a lot of times when guys get to a certain age, married, kids, they just kind of get out the game as far as like fashion and being up on certain things because, you know, when you're in your early 20s, you know, maybe even early 30s, you know, a lot of it is about the music, about the women. You know, you're trying to, attract, and so your dress, your style kind of represents that. But what happens is, once you finally get that woman, maybe y'all long-term relationship, get married, maybe have a kid or two, you're off the market, exactly. All of a sudden, you don't start keeping up with the wares as much. And I kind of fell victim to that, just to a certain extent. There was a time where I kind of was like, who cares? It don't matter. But, just because I had some friends in certain industries, people like yourself, one of my guys worked in the high-end spirit industry. And so I was going to these certain events, and I realized I had to step my game up.
Right.
Wife, no wife, whatever. If I'm going to be going to these things, you have to step your game up. So that's where I kind of started getting really back into fashion and clothing and fit and that sort of thing.
I didn't think about it. I mean, I guess that would, kind of contribute to the fact that we move in certain circles and just, what you kind of exposed to and what you feel is appropriate for the occasion. But we still got to give. There's still a lot of brothers that stay sharp, or as a G would call it, but stay sharp well into old age. But the question becomes, I'm sharp, age appropriate. So the question becomes, I guess you could say what I'm doing, and maybe elements what you're doing is what they would call like streetwear.
Right.
So at what is there an age cutoff to where you shouldn't be concerned about the current trends and trying to keep up with these young boys and all that? And do I need to just go to the white linen, suit, because that's some people's version of sharp,
right?
Fresh. They feel like you're supposed to transition into that.
Yeah, I think when you transition into the linens exclusively, you're transitioning into old man. That's just my personal opinion.
Shout out to the
I love my
parties in the summer concerts.
Right, and I love my linens. I got linens, but
I'm looking down here like this tomorrow. I'm supposed to be up here.
Right, you know what I'm saying? But the day you go with matching linen, top and bottom, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. So yeah, you can incorporate certain things, certain pieces, but I definitely think that where fashion is now, it is for certain ages, or all ages, really. I'm going to say certain ages.
Yeah.
You just have to find what works best for you. I think that there's not necessarily a time for urban wear. It's really about your fit, to be quite honest. The fit is what got a lot of people out of the game, because you can't be 50 plus or 40 plus, whatever, still doing the double XL, the triple XL.
But see, now let me stop you there, because
personal opinion,
most 45 plus heads will kind of try to convince you that that's the standard fit of a grown man to wear clothes, and that I'm tripping for having, some, Daryl.
I mean, that's real. Most OGs is not gonna wear a tighter fit. Right. Get down.
This is true, but
when we was young, wearing that, our parents was telling us that was a sloppy fit.
Right.
Clothes ain't fitting, son.
All right. So now these cats got stuck in the 90s.
Right. So this is what happened for me. Just to tell my personal story. I actually, instead of buying L, XL, double XL, I actually went to not even a full-on tailor. I just went to Macy's. Mm-hmm. And I got fitted because I went to corporate America because I need to get fitted for a shirt. Mm-hmm. The lady took my measurements, and she said, you're a 15, 34, 35. Mm-hmm. And she said, that translates to a medium. Mm-hmm. So my mind was blown. So I'm buying these large, extra large shirts, and by the numbers, I am a medium. She took my waist size, and I'm not sure where I am right now, but I can do like a 34, 35, 36, somewhere in there. And she said that I should take my measurements. So she told me I'm 34, but I had been buying large, extra large.
The braided leather belt cinched it, heavy, hanging down. Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, what happened for me is I just got my numbers, and once I got my numbers, realizing I'm a medium in the top, and I'm a 34 to 36 in the pants, that helped me with my fit.
Well, you got to be at a certain point in life to where you even care about that.
Remember I said
numbers I wear.
I said corporate America, because I was going into the workforce, so I knew I couldn't go in sloppy and blousy. So I said, well, let me just find out. So for me, everybody has their moment when they find out, but for me, it was actually going to corporate America that kind of helped me refine my size.
So I'm gonna turn that into a jab then. So basically, you're saying you reach a certain level of responsibility and maturity to where you realize your clothes need to fit. So would you say that my man 45 with the triple XL is kind of being immature when
I won't say immature. I would just say
grow up.
He probably just doesn't know.
A suit that fit.
He probably just doesn't know. So we had, all the brands, and a part of it was like some of the brands didn't necessarily cater. They kept the extra L's, like your Enichi, your, not throwing jazz, but your Carl Kanai, your Rockefeller.
Now we had this I want to wrap this up, but I want to talk about, we was talking about those glory days, all those dope labels, the 555 Soul and the Rockaways
and LRG and all that.
I come to find out that Mr. Fashion, he had, snubbed his nose at a whole 20 years of urban wear. He didn't wear urban wear.
We're not gonna say I didn't snub. I just went from cross colors when that brand first broke out, and I just didn't revisit the urban wear until Sean John. It wasn't a snub, but it just really wasn't.
So no Rockaway.
No Rockaway, no Fubu. I never wore no Rockaway, no Fubu, no LRG,
Fat Farm.
no Fat Farm.
Wow.
I've never worn any of those urban brands. I never shunned on anybody who did. It wasn't like I was a elitist.
Right.
I liked when I saw it, but it just now the one brand I did have that was a little bit bigger was like Pelly Pale. I did have some Pelly Pale jeans. My friend still.
Man, that's about the most baggiest.
I know, that's what I'm saying. That was the one. That's what I'm saying. That's the one that I can definitively say that I wore. It was some Pelly Pale jeans, and my friends still give them to this day because they were so tight, good in the waist, but they was like out to here.